Hello, and thank you for listening to the Fillet podcast, the best skateboard podcast in the world. Today is Wednesday, July 17th, 2019. The F Squad is back together again. I'm Andrew Ariano, LeGrant Ferrero, and Reef Willard. Today is another fun day that we get to talk about the best thing in the world. I can't say his name, Harrison. Pump on this video part. He likes to pump gas with custom-made gloves. I like that he did an intro. It's a unique intro. You know, you see graphics, you see lights, you see sometimes some carvings and some stones or some beautiful artwork. He said, "Hey B, let me get some gloves." And you got a Sharpie? I'm down. After watching this video part, I can't make on why they call it pump on this. Do they just like to pump gasoline and Madalena?
I don't know where they came up with the name, but I've only seen the two parts that have came out online, which is Travis and Chris Blake, and both of their intros are related to pumping. If I remember right, Chris Blake's he's pumping up an air mattress, which is tight. I think it's sick that the intros go with the theme or the name.
Oh, okay. So they're just keeping the pump vibe going.
Just different pumps for the intros.
You know what I didn't realize at the time is that they put a skate rat sticker on the actual gas pump. I wonder what the the Quickie Mart attendant thought when he went over there and said, "What the fuck? They got us again." I noticed in the caption, this was put on Thrasher magazine. They said, variety is spice of the life, and Travis mixes things up like nobody's business. The VX is alive and well. ... Grant, I'm starting to see that the VX people aren't letting it go. There was. I
don't think.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't know you were continuing.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted, that it seems like people, for a brief period of time, right when Beagle moved over, I said, "Oh well, haha! I told you, I've been preaching this. The day of the apocalypse has come upon us." And somehow, at the end of the tunnel, the VX monster Swamp Thing came out of nowhere and says, "I'm not going anywhere just yet."
Yeah, I would agree with that, Thrasher. That caption, the VX is alive and well. I don't see it going anywhere for, I don't know, very long time. Skateboarders love it. It's one of those things.
You think this generation? I mean, you think within our lifetime that you think we'll still see VX footage, or you think we're gonna wake up one day and say, "About time y'all moved on"?
I don't think that moment's gonna happen. I don't know. What if I don't know. I feel like if the day people stop filming with the VX would be like if people just lost access to the camera, more so than I think everyone just getting over it. Like there's people, it's one of those things that people that are into it are so into it, like they love it, and I don't think that it's just they're all gonna wake up one day and be over it. I don't think so. People like it.
Okay, brief. Can I get your brief thoughts?
I would agree. I think that the VX is it's the skateboarding camera. I mean, it didn't start like the filming of skateboarding, but it had such a big impact. And like Grant said, unless it went to where all the cameras were suddenly gone, I just think people are gonna keep trying to remake them or not remake them, but make a Frankenstein of a VX as much as they can until it's gone. Because I know two people that are diehard VX filmers, and I just don't think it's ever going to go.
Okay. Let's talk about the actual video part. Grant, what was some highlights for you?
I wrote down a couple notes of just some standout stuff. Towards the end, he does a backside wheelie grind nollie laser flip, which I would imagine no one else has done. It sounds crazy. It looks crazy. He did it really well. As good as that trick would be done, basically. And then I just wrote down, I thought it was cool, the spots that he skated. Kind of like what you would expect from skate rats. They seem to just skate real random, just side of the road, random spots that most people wouldn't look at, stuff they probably make skatable, stuff that they road brick and wax, and they put in the work to skate the spots, it looks like, which I always think is cool. Instead of just going to maybe the new hot spot all the time, they're making their own stuff skatable. Also, he does at a very famous spot. He hard flips the first set and no complies to stairs, and then it like rewinds. And then he does no comply and then
Yeah,
hard flip, which
yeah.
I thought
I
was
like
super
that.
cool.
I like that. That
Yeah,
was also
I thought
my
that was
memory.
rad. It's just something that you remember. It's memorable. It looked cool. Also shows that he can do that line twice, basically. Just yeah, I enjoyed the part a lot. I think the song was really cool. Went perfect with the skating.
Reeve, what were some of that stood out for you? Because I got a few things myself.
I think it was one of the first clips. He did a Smith kickflip on the sea ledge, and it's not just a trick. It's honestly how I feel like Shane filmed it too. He was like in front of him, and not just like I don't know. I don't think he was on a skateboard. It didn't look like, and he was like probably running in front of him behind, but like running backwards. That's what I'm getting. And I mean, he did do it very well, and it's not like the craziest trick, but it was awesome. Everything about that was pretty cool. And then I did have in my notes what you said, Grant, about the hard flip and no comply rewind. And he did do it so well that it almost looked like it was just rewounded and then like flip flopped. It was so good. So
yeah, they're both perfect.
He also did. I saw it on Instagram first. My friend Seth was telling me about it. He the 270 no comply flip into that bank, and then it does the kickflip right after. I thought that was pretty cool. And then they also did something I think I talked about a couple weeks ago. They did a lens hit, like where they he does a no slide nollie flip, lands it super clean, and then right after it shows like a lens hit of that. It's like one of the attempts, and it like switches to another lens hit and then starts another clip. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah,
how they did that.
And those of you who forgot last episode when we talked about lens hits, what's a lens hit again?
Lens hit is when the skateboard hits the fisheye, or I guess the camera if it's
when the lens gets hit by a skateboard.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I agree though about the I like that you pointed out that Smith kickflip because filming like whenever a line or a single is like filmed fisheye in front of the skater, it looks so sick.
Yeah,
it's so rad.
You guys took my shit, so both of you.
We took it all? You said you had some stuff to say. We really took it all?
You're right. You got me. I got one thing y'all didn't mention. My bad. Tray flip axle stall on the middle link of the fence. Yeah. And then he also gets buck on a tray flip from it's a gap pretty much, higher platform to like over some dirt. What can I say? One tray flip to another. I see you, Travis.
Oh yeah, you're Tray. That heel flip he did down there, it's like a 5 block I think, was so proper.
Yeah,
that was a perfect heel flip.
I hate to admit it, but I don't want to say it, but front crook's a cool trick, right? But when people were calling it pinch, because it was trendy, I kind of developed a disdain taste for the front crook. I don't like trendy stuff. I'm like, because I don't want to say it's tight, even though I think it's tight because I'm so anti-T. But I was looking at this nose stall I did, and then he hops on over and gets into a front crook. It just looks cool because it's going so slow, and as someone that can never front crook or has tried front crooks many times, I always imagine myself going fast. So I see the irony of this fucker going grandpa speed from a nose stall.
Yeah, just holding on to it.
Yeah, it was just a big old slap in my face and says, "You suck too." But yeah, Grant, you were right. I was holding out. You're right. You didn't get everything.
Yeah.
That was You guys ever feel that way when you're trying to learn a trick? How people make it look so easy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get it. I agree. It's I don't know how people make certain tricks look so mellow.
I agree with that. Yeah. Sometimes
especially like
see people and you're like, sorry,
related to front crooks, like fakey front crooks. People that are good at that trick are so good at it.
We also got Chris Blake pump on this part we got to talk about as well.
You almost said chomp, huh? Throwback.
Pump. Did I say chomp? I almost did, huh?
No. It sounded like you started to, but then you said pump.
No, I was just looking at him pumping up the air mattress like you mentioned.
I love the intros, dude.
Hey, what do you think the other ones are about? Like pumping a bicycle tire?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think. In the trailer for Pump on This, they were pumping up a VX. Like I think it had a bike pump, and it looked like it was
Right.
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, there is more parts that are gonna come out, so I don't know what
I mean,
they're gonna be
well, let's
pumping.
think about like how much stuff you can pump. I mean, it's you can. Oh, you talking about? Oh, you guys had to take it dirty.
You could no, I just think it's funny. You could pump up a like a basketball, soccer ball.
No, that's what I'm
whatever.
saying. Like a bunch of just air. It's either you're pumping air or you're pumping gas.
I don't know. It's funny though.
Yeah. Who knew? Who knew we tried to guess? Hey, let's play Mad Libs. Let's see how much stuff we can find out what you can pump on a skateboarding podcast. All right, so what we got for you? Got notes on Chris Blake? Sorry.
Chris Blake, dude. I wrote down 2 tricks and
all the wall rides in the world, right, Grant?
No splint slide shove on the like stump of a tree, basically, or not stump, but I don't. It's like a root.
The root. Yeah.
Yeah. That was insane. Like, how do you just? I mean, he waxed up the wooden tree root or what?
You got his day one on.
Yeah, day one Steve, right? That was sick. And then what? There was one other. I mean, there was multiple stuff, but he does a pole jam, like a real steep pole jam to nose grind on a ledge. I thought that was super cool. Again, goes back to kind of what I said about Travis's part, where they just seem to skate really cool spots and pole jam nose grind. Like, that's not something you can just go like practice. You just have to find a spot for it. Tom K did a really good one a while ago. Chris Blake was super sick. Definitely a fan of his skating. It was a name I've heard before, but I hadn't really seen much footage. And it's cool. Like after watching that, if I ever see that dude's name, like I'm gonna want to watch the video. Definitely like pretty wide variety of spots he can skate, which is cool to see.
Yeah. I think I like it. There's something odd about I love to see apartment buildings being skated.
Why?
Because I've been over to a few apartments in my time. I've lived in a few apartments, and when you're getting ready to go to like the homegirl's house or your buddy's house, your grandma's house, and then you're walking up those stairs and you're always eyeing the stairs, you eyeing the rail, and you're like, oh yeah, maybe one day if I was drunk enough, or I woke up one day I said, I feel like train wreck, fuck it. And so I think it's something that we see all the time, and it was gnarly to see him skate that. What did he ollie? He ollied that apartment stair set. Let me see.
Oh yeah, over that rail.
Yeah, I think that was it. I don't want to be mistaken here, but I'd say that was my favorite thing that he did. Yeah, I think he ollied it. Yeah, it's right at. If you guys want to check it out, at 2. I think it's right after 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 4 seconds. No, it's still showing his nose blunt. No, that's near the end of the video. Anyways, I'll have to give you the duration later, but that was my thing that I was most high. Okay, there it is. 2 minutes 53 seconds. Yep, ollie over the 5 stair to flat, and then over the rail in front of it. Oh my God, it was so narrow. Oh, the homie.
Yeah, it looked gnarly.
Yeah. I think that it's probably like the homie's ex-girlfriend spot. He's like, hey, fuck it, let's barge it. But you broke up with Sarah, bro. Who gives a fuck? Let's get her evicted. Reef, what you got, Mr. Blake?
In my notes, I had that nose blunt on the root was definitely an eye catcher for me. I like that a lot. It was filmed really cool.
Are you sure it was a nose blunt? It looked like you put a truck on it. No?
Nose blunt shove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nose blunt.
No.
And then I noticed we got more skating of cars, but not the hood this time. It was the trunk of the car.
That's a good note.
Yeah. But I just really appreciated his style. His style was like really smooth. I like that. And there was a line that this is another Shane thing. His filming is amazing. He does a front 5-0 shove, front shove. And again, he's on a skateboard this time, you could tell, but he's in front of him, and it looks so good how he films stuff. I've been watching Shane's stuff for a long time, and I really dug these video parts. So yeah, kudos to Shane. Good video.
Sick.
Thrasher throwing more VX shade at everybody.
Yeah, love it.
It says, homie even tree blunt. Oh, it's in the caption. Homie even knows blunt's a tree root. Enjoy another VX treat from the skate rats. Yeah, okay, Thrasher. Yeah, whatever you guys want to do. I'm a fan of skateboarding. However you want to film it. If you want to film it on an old tomato can, I'm down.
I was hyped because I know last week on the show we talked about Facades, that gang international video.
Yeah, that's right.
We were just talking about like how it's cool to see homie videos like that. A lot of those dudes are just having fun, and you could see like the whole crew on the session. And Skate Rats, just knowing that it's like an independent homie thing. There's not like a company that's these dudes are tied together to by or anything like that. And I was thinking about that this weekend. I was like, that's sick. Like, it's cool when you see homie videos like that, and just see that people are still out doing that. You know, I mean, it'll always be a part of skating, but it's sick to see.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's real right. Couldn't agree more with you, Grant Fiero.
I have a random question for you guys.
Yes.
About skating.
Yes. Oh, was it? Oh, that's crazy. I thought it was going to be about anime.
That's true. Anyway, do you like skating by yourself?
It's funny you mentioned it. I was just talking to someone about that. Jordan Pierce.
Yeah.
LGS alumni. He said he likes it. I do when I want to learn a trick. I don't when I feel like being social. Well, I'm a social guy. You know, I've been known to yap a little bit during the sessions. Hence why I started the Let's Go Skate. And hence why I started a skateboarding podcast. And another non-related skateboarding podcast. So I like to talk, and you can't talk to a tree. So I like to talk to the homies. Yeah. Also, after I learned the trick, I like to show the homies, and then they get jealous, and then I say, "Well, I blanked you out in a game of skate, so see ya."
See ya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Reef, what about you?
Come on, what do you like to do? You like being by yourself and your dog, or?
No, I mean I could probably do it for like 5 minutes, and then if like the homies aren't showing up, I'm dipping. I need the homies. I need the hype. I love watching my friends skate, especially like, I don't know. I could be with pretty much anyone, I feel like, but if the homies are there, like the brothers, it's on. It's a good sesh. So, yeah. I need people to be around, I guess, to skate.
Okay. Yeah. Grant, do you like to skate by yourself?
I wouldn't say I like it. I can for a little while. I definitely like it. It just gets kind of boring to me. Like, I'm gonna have fun skating no matter what. If I'm like just at like some mess around, like cool slappy curb, I can skate by myself for a little bit. But I don't know. I feel like skating with your friends is definitely like a big part of, at least to me, what makes it fun. And you can like push each other and like whatever, try to learn tricks together, whatever. I don't know. I'm not too big on skating by myself. I can, but I don't know. I just thought of it and wanted to know what you guys thought.
Yeah.
Good question.
No, it's a great question. I know someone like Daywan. He hates skating by himself. He's always got to be mobbing deep with 5 crews.
Daywan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
What about headphones? You skated headphones?
Oh, back in the day, I used to.
I know Grant's not too keen on watching footage go down with the headphones. I get used. You know what? I understand what it. There might be a lot going on up here for the individual.
Yeah, I get it.
He just, little does he know, it doesn't look good.
If it helps, it helps. Yeah, but I just don't like you just see someone have the earbuds in.
You know what it seems like to me? It seems like selfish skateboarding. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, don't bother me. He pretty much has a do not disturb sign on his t-shirt. Don't talk to me. Don't bother me. I take skateboarding extremely seriously. Get the fuck out of my face. It's not fun. It's a lifestyle.
That's funny.
I sleep on grip tape. I eat wheels for breakfast.
To me, the worst part of it is like people at a skate park with both headphones in, and it's like they can't hear, which is pretty important, you know, like
sure.
to
it's
hear
important to use all your senses while you're rolling on a piece of wood.
Yeah, like someone yelling that they slipped out and their board's coming at you, or like just hearing that someone's behind you, like skating close to you, you know, like I just feel like people with 2 headphones in tend to, I don't know, can cause issues much easier. I just don't get it. Like, it just seems so strange to me, especially at a skate park. Like, if you're with your friends skating, like, why would you want to have headphones in? Also, talking to someone that has headphones in is the worst thing ever. Like, they're always like you don't know someone has their headphones in. You talk for a minute, and they're like, "What?" It's a classic.
Back in the day, I used to rock them pretty hard, but I feel like it was more of because all the homies did, but it was more like the iPod Nano when those first came out. Yeah, when those first came out, like I wasn't paying for it. My mom got it for me, and so if that thing broke, whatever. But I pay for my phone now. I ain't gonna skate with my phone in my pocket. I'm not doing that. So no headphones for me for a while now. But yeah, back in the day. And I used to like it, and I did not like the footage though of when I would have headphones hanging off my the net, like my collar of my shirt.
Yeah.
So whack, but hey, I was young.
Yeah, totally.
Well, you need to stop buying so many skateboards on your wall, Reef, and maybe you could be iPhoned up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could just listen to Nirvana.
I do have two. I do have two.
Yes,
iPhones,
you could.
But
You guys are funny.
No, thank you, Grant. We try our best to entertain on that. What other random skateboarding questions do you have? I love them.
I'll try to think of more, but we can go to another.
Nothing at the moment. Okay, let me see if I can come up with one. All right. So, do you grip your own grip tape, or do you have the shop do it?
Dude,
come on now.
If any of the 3 of us say that they have the shop grip their board, that is outrageous.
Some people don't like doing it. Some people
Drew,
don't like.
Drew
people
probably,
don't like grip
Drew
tapes.
probably down to have someone else do it.
No, actually, I never had anyone else grip my grip tape ever. I never had anyone
that's
do
awesome.
it. Never done it.
That's
I don't even
sick.
know what that's like. I don't know what that is. Could you please do it?
I would not want someone else to grip.
I'm
like,
not gonna name
I
drop.
think a lot of
This is why I asked. Homie said, "Hey, you mind gripping that for me?" Dude's my age. I did this. What do you mean?
I mean, I get it if it's someone that's never skated or whatever, but I don't understand why. I don't know.
Man.
Like,
if I told you who it was, you know who it is, and you'd be disappointed.
I'll ask you off air.
I'm not telling you. I'm not
I don't know. I mean,
he's calling me right now. Why you blowing my shit up?
some people don't like gripping boards or setting up boards, but it doesn't bother me. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I enjoy it actually a lot. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, it doesn't bug me.
Okay, right on. All right, let's move on to Skateshop. Since we were talking about homies at the skate shop gripping your grip tape, they got a tiny skate shop and an NYC apartment. Funny we talking about apartments. You know, who's probably on his way is Carpenter. He's gonna go over there. I mean Blake. I'm sorry, not Blake Carpenter, but what's
Chris
his name?
Blake.
Chris Blake. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. I named like 12 names. Chris Blake's on his way to skate your apartment, so you better watch out. They got a skate shop over there called Terminal Skate Shop. It's a cute little skate shop inside an apartment. Grant, are you gonna shop at Terminal next time you're in NYC?
Never been to New York, but I guess next time I'm there, yeah, maybe keep it in my mind, see what's up with it. I think it's a cool idea. That's sick that dude's that down for it. The coolest thing to me was that he was talking about, like, someone calls me at 1:30 a.m. and it wakes me up. They kind of feel bad, but he was saying, like, whatever, like, they could just come over, and if they want to buy a hat or whatever, they could do it. I was tripping on that, but I don't know, cool idea. It's sick that he's down to do that for the skate scene out there. Good for him.
You see, that's interesting. As a former business owner, I know one of the things you need to worry about, I know it's state to state, but I think something you need to worry about is zoning. I don't think you can have a business where people come to your depends what type of business you have. I don't know what their laws are in New York City when it comes to zoning. And those of you who don't know, zoning is where your physical established business is at, because then you have to worry about parking and capacities and shit like that. So I wonder how he was able to work around that.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I
wonder what his
thought it was
fire
pretty cool,
exit.
though.
I wonder what his fire his fire exits heads out the window, 12-story building.
Yep.
You think he has to have one of those like those
His fire
red
extinguishers, a
exit
water
signs?
bottle.
He has to have one of those like red light up exit signs in his house with the arrow.
No, but it seemed like he was pretty passionate about it, and I totally was digging it because he was just telling people like, hey, if you support me, I can get more products for you guys. And then because he said it turned from like 9 or 10 boards to now he has like 80 to 90 boards around his home. So that's a good amount of boards. It's pretty sick.
It's kind of interesting. I wonder what his hours of operation are. Like
24/7, it seems like.
24/7? What if he's
He
with
said
his
people
lady?
will call him at. He said people will call him at 1 a.m, and if he answers, he'll tell them they can come over.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll let him nap there too. Hey, this is my house. You see that bed over there? How about you can take a dookie, bro. It's chill. God bless this guy.
I know, for real.
I think it's sick that Jenkum does these type of video pieces. Like they're always doing stuff that you don't really see on any other like skate media.
If it's
thing.
not on the
True.
limelight,
True.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
they
not-
find random stuff. It's sick. They do a good job at that.
Real cool stuff, man. That's rad. Grant, if you ever make a New York trip, make sure you go over there and see him.
Yeah, I'll go set this up the
Call
terminal
him at
station.
1 in the morning and see if you can take a dookie.
I'm not gonna do that, but yeah, if you're ever in New York, Drew, I'll leave that for you.
Okay. I'd be down to do a New York trip, man. That'd be fun. I've never been there either. I thought for sure you guys have flown over there.
I haven't really been East Coast at all. I mean, Toronto.
Fieros
but
stay
that's
on the West Coast?
not as east as New York. Yeah.
Alright,
for
right
the
on.
most part.
You guys are going to have to help me out with this one. Kenny Anderson's a drug dealer.
Yes.
What's going on here?
He's in a band, and the band is named Drug Dealer. If I remember right, he played. Did you watch this?
Yeah, he plays
Yeah,
trumpet.
saxophone, right? Or was it the
Trumpet.
trumpet? Trumpet. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So it goes to Kenny talks. The other band members talk a little bit, and there's some Kenny skating, which is always beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the smoothest dudes to ever. He's just one of the best looking skateboarders ever on a skateboard. Like, he's so fun to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, so some cool clips in there. It's cool to hear him talk about something else that he's into other than skating. I find that interesting, just to know what pro skaters do when they're hurt or when they don't always feel like skating or whatever else they do with their time. And it was cool. He sounded super into it. I know actually right now that group Drug Dealer is on a tour. I think they have been for a few weeks now, performing. So it was sick. Got a little background info. And I'm a big fan of Kenny, so he's definitely one of those dudes. Like, if there's something out that has any clip of him in it, I'm gonna check it out.
Oh, okay. So you're the reason why it's on the topic list, huh?
Yeah, I think I did put it on there. Yeah.
This is a bummer. I'm trying to
good
look up a band called Drug Dealer, and the first thing I see is El Chapo.
Reef, you watched it? You checked it out?
Yeah, I was stoked on it. I didn't know anything about it because it's on the Vimeo platform, so I wasn't not really on that site too much. But it was super sick, like you said. Great Kenny footage. I mean, he did a full cab, and it's not anything crazy, but how he does full cabs on flat, it looked amazing. I mean, the manual back 180 was beautiful.
Oh,
but it
he's
was
so good at those.
Yeah,
When
it
he
was
scoops.
crazy. Full
He's
rotate,
sick.
like full 180 rotate. It was beautiful. And then there was even some, like I forgot what's the name I wrote down. Michael Long. I think he's part of he's a guitarist. And
yeah, I know he's in the band.
Yeah. And he rips too. He did like
he did
a
a
switch.
sick flip.
Yeah, switch nose mail, fakie flip, and then switch Manny. I mean, he looked good on a board too. So I don't know. I thought it was really cool that they go on these trips for concerts or whatever, and then they're like skating as they're like just waiting for like maybe the next show or whatever. They're just hanging out. It's cool.
Super.
And then the lead singer's like all getting all hyped on Kenny's clips. I don't know. That was sick. I liked it.
They're going to be really busy in 2019. I'm on their website. Those of you who want to check it out, it's www.mexicansummer.com. And they have a new album called Raw Honey. And they're going to be traveling. They're even going to the UK. They were in Philadelphia yesterday. They're in Minneapolis today. They're going to Chicago tomorrow. These guys are busy. They're going to Detroit. They're going to Detroit. They're going to Seattle. They're going to Vancouver. They're in Portland by the 31st, and that's just in July. Look at August.
That's gnarly.
August, they're going to San Francisco on the 2nd. Then they're going to Pioneer Town. Where's that? Where's Pioneer Town? Let's take a gander. That's in California. Never heard of Pioneer Town.
Well, good for them. That's tight.
Yeah, but it's
And then guess what, Grant? They're going back to Detroit on the 9th.
Jeez.
Then they're going to Louisville, and then they're going to Grand Rapids. God bless them.
Yeah.
How's Kenny's wife not pissed?
Dude, he's so busy all the time, it seems like, but it's all productive stuff, so.
Fucking Christ.
Sick.
I'm looking for a San Diego date. Grant, if you're interested, they're going to Los Angeles on September 13th.
Ooh.
They're gonna.
Maybe I'll check it out.
They're going to the Cate Laban.
There'll probably be a lot of skateboarders there.
You can buy your tickets now.
That's tight.
Damn.
That's it. Good for them.
Look at that. There you go, Kenny. Don't say I didn't do nothing for you.
Did you guys?
Go ahead.
I saw something else too that I know Danny Garcia does his own music, but it says Danny Garcia is as a guitarist in this band, or at least contributes to the Raw Honey album. That's pretty sick.
Wow. Danny Garcia, those of you who don't know, used to ride for S. He has a pretty mean switch heel flip.
Habitat
is one of the best kick flips in a line.
Mean Dance, I know. Oh, sick. I know what you're talking about, Grant.
Yeah, that kickflip's so good.
He talks about it in the 9 Club. He doesn't even remember, like, yeah. It's like,
this is the best, talk about it. So sick.
Best kickflip I've ever done in my life.
Yeah. That's rad. I don't know if you guys saw Drew or Reef. I put here on the topic list a link to Instagram, and it said Kader on Venture with the question mark.
What do you mean?
I noticed the other day a photo of some of the Baker dudes out skating, and it was like taken a little far back, but Kader was holding his setup, and his trucks kind of look like Ventures. I like have a habit of just looking at people's trucks.
Oh my God! He's Grant. No, I can see Grant. Reef, you ever happen to see that independent video? It's an old indie video of Reynolds where he talks about how much he loves independence, and that if he sees a kid on the streets riding anything but indies, he says, "Yo, what you doing? Like, promise me, like you'll ride indies from now on for the rest of your life." I feel like Grant's that guy. I feel like Grant's like, "Oh my God, are you riding Crux? Have you not heard of the Thunder?" And then he's like, he turns into Thor and he's all with the hammer and everything. He's like, "Let me show you the Thunder."
I don't know. I like looking at people's trucks, and like.
But do you think people are blown if they don't ride Thunders or Ventures?
I mean, I'm only skating Thunders forever. Those trucks work the best for me.
So a little bit, huh? You think they're blown it?
Okay, well, I'll get into what I think about Kader switching.
All right.
But anyway, see the photo. It's kind of far away. I'm like, those kind of look like the shape of Ventures, but it's pretty far away. It's kind of hard to tell. And then, so it's already on my mind. I'm not like convinced yet, but I'm like, all right, now whenever I see Kader, I'm looking at his trucks. And then a couple days later, Reynolds posts a photo of Kader taken from the side, and you could barely see his T-shirt, and you could see like the little E, like the script E, and look, that's for sure the Venture, like how they have like this kind of like a script cursive looking font. I was like, I guarantee that's a Venture T. And then like a couple of days later, he posted backside flip switch Manny on Instagram at Frogtown, and he had that black Venture T on, and I was like, yep, he for sure switched up. So I would imagine they're probably doing like some sort of welcome thing. And I've seen on Instagram, I think Venture's coming out with for them it's like the 6.1, which is like an axle for like an 8.6 to 8.75, a really big board.
Oh, damn.
With huge trucks, which is what Kader skates, huge boards. So I would think he's probably gonna do something with that truck in specific. But
Was he
as
riding
far
before
as
Indies?
he skated Indies, but he skated for Indy. When Kader, like when his name first kind of started blowing up, he was skating for Thunder, and then he got on Indy, which is kind of crazy. All three truck companies within only like 3 years or something.
That is kind of crazy. Holy shit.
But yeah, I don't know. It kind of makes me curious, just wondering like what would make him want to switch it from Indy over to Venture, especially with like all the time he spent around Reynolds, obviously having like majority of the same sponsors. He has switched it up a little bit. He left Ruka, got on Supreme. He left America and got on Vans, which didn't surprise me at all that he would make some changes and kind of want to have his own sponsor list, not the exact same as Reynolds. But I think it's cool. I think it's a really cool fit. Venture's been doing a lot of kind of like throwback looking stuff recently with the whole Bobby Wars thing. Caleb Barnett had a really cool print ad for them. And I know Caleb and Kader have spent a lot of time together. They got announced on Supreme together. So I don't know, maybe got some influence from there. But I'm excited now to keep my eyes out and see if they do some sort of welcome piece or some little video project.
Here's some news that Instagram just released 4 hours ago. We want your friends to focus on photos and videos you share, not how many likes they get. You can still see your own likes by tapping on a list of people who've liked it, but your friends will not be able to see how many likes your post has received.
I heard about that. They were doing that like exclusively in Canada for a little bit to like test it out. But I didn't know if it was like going to be implemented here. But yeah.
I'm bummed about Kader. I wish he would stay with
What the
Indy,
fuck?
but
Wait, whoa, brief.
all
Are you
good.
going to disregard what I just brought up?
What do you want us to say about Instagram?
No, I just want
Kader on
Brief
the
to
mic.
respond. At least say something.
No. Cater is way more important than Instagram likes.
I mean,
Okay.
Instagram's
I think you guys failed to remember that Instagram is a platform to help you get bargaining power to show you how much you should get paid.
But I'm just saying
So
right
this
now.
is a kind of a big deal. But yeah, go ahead. Fuck me. Go
Talk
ahead,
about
Brief.
Kader
You were
for-
saying? Kader.
No, I mean, like you said, Grant, he skates big boards. But now that you said, what's that new size for Venture 6.1?
6.1.
Yeah, because didn't they just come out with the 5.6? So they're up in their game for sure.
Yeah, 5.6 is the 825 truck.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's funny, when I first started skating, it was Venture, and now I'm diehard Indy, but it is what it is. But I guess Kader's a good fit on Venture or Indy, so I mean he can fit. I don't know. Not saying that he can go anywhere, but fit anything. But he just looks good with anything, any truck, I guess. So that's sick. Just a little bummed.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah.
Drew, I could tell you're over there just waiting for us to chat to you about Instagram.
No, I'm good. No, I think I'll just save it for the other podcast that I do called the Random Gold Podcast. You can download it on iTunes and all other
Yeah,
platforms.
get yourself self promo out here. Nah, I just kidding. You know I listen to Random Gold. You want
Download
me
the
to plug it for you?
RGP.
Same
We're
here,
also
Drew.
on YouTube if you guys are interested.
That's right.
Yeah. No, that actually is kind of interesting about the whole Instagram thing, though, for real. I just don't know what else to say about it right now in relation to skateboarding.
So what? You can't see your likes? Is that what, like?
You
who-
can't
like-
see how many likes other people get.
Oh, pff,
But yeah, I don't know.
I don't care. I wouldn't care.
Yeah. Unless it translates to like less trap edits on annoying.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
Yeah.
But if it lowers those, then I'm down.
Yeah.
If there's less people at skate parks, skate park videos on Instagram with them in like designer shoes sliding across the ground.
Yeah. A little funny.
Yeah, but Chrystie Chapter 2 dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reef sounded pretty amped on this one. What's up? Who killed it in there?
Dude, everyone. I mean, everyone was just skating fast and doing cool stuff, and all the Barcelona footage wasn't like. I mean, you saw most of the spots, like not most of them, but a good amount were like the stuff we've seen before in the past in other videos, but they don't like. It just seems like they weren't like on the like mission to go to like the famous spots in Spain. So there was like those block ledges that I don't know. I really haven't seen too much footage on, and this guy does. What's his name?
You talking about those blocks that Shin did, like the Wally Blunt?
They're like colorful. They have like they're painted.
Yeah, he did something in like a Wally Blunt slide, I think.
Yeah, and then someone does like a nose manual to like
nose manny to switch manny.
Yep. Yeah, so super sick. I don't know. I just really like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There was one clip that tripped me out. Aaron Harrington, he did the board slide ollie to board slide. And he doesn't like board slide. He just like a board.
Oh yeah, like stalls and then.
But he looks like he's like gonna grab the front of the board to pop over, and then hesitates and grabs the back. Did you guys notice that? If you look at
I know the clip. I don't remember it looking like. I didn't notice that. No.
Look at his hand. It trips me out.
I'll watch it again. That sounds interesting.
He hesitates, and it's like, whoa, dude, you're up there, and you gotta react quick.
That's pretty gnarly to like ollie onto a rail like that and just like chill and then yank over is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I was thinking Tony Hawk points, getting those points.
That is like a video game trick. Ishad did that once to do a bank.
Yeah.
But actually, what you were saying, it made me think of last week we talked about Grans in Barcelona.
Yeah.
And not that the videos were similar, but what you said was similar about they went to Barcelona and these crews didn't, like Grans and then the Chrystie edit, they didn't really skate like a bunch of the normal go-to Barcelona spots.
Yeah.
They seem to venture out a little bit and skate some other stuff, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I back that.
Yeah, and it just looked like we've said it on other videos with all the like when they're all together, it just looked like they were having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, I really liked it. I liked the vibes. The music was sick. So
yeah, I want to
Good
talk
edit.
about before we went live. Me and you talked about this video real quick, and you said how you thought it was tight. They had they make it clear about the names. It is huge on the screen. A hot topic for people that talk about skateboarding recently is the fact that the past few years, the increasing amount of edits where there's no names ever until like the credits after the skateboarding's done, which most people probably don't watch. This video they put the big names, you can see who it is right away, and then it's kind of like on you after that.
Yeah. It's like, all right, you figure out who it is.
I mean, I back that though. It's better to me. That's better than
Nah,
there not being any names.
It's not. You know what it is? Like, you know what they played? They said, we're gonna give you a skateboard where you play Where's Waldo throwing out the whole park.
Okay, but it's better. Okay, but look, the way
It's
I think
better
about
than
it is
yes.
like,
yeah, I agree.
it's better than no names.
I agree.
And I get it because let's say the dude editing it wants like these certain tricks back to back because they're at like the same spot or whatever. He doesn't like that type of video isn't going to be parked. It's not going to have one dude's name and have them for 30 seconds. Like that's just not how they wanted it. So I get it, and I think it's better to do that for sure than of course no names. I'm pretty over the no names things. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the only way, like the only reason people are into it is maybe like they think it looks cool from the editing perspective, like they like the look, which I kind of get, but at the same time I just feel like it gets to a point where it's like it's a disservice to the skater. Like people don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
You know where they went? They went with the Quentin Tarantino approach. The big old yellow text right before you even get started in that motherfucker.
I liked it.
It looks tight. I mean, it makes me think like I'm watching a Tarantino film. I feel like I'm watching Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs, or that new movie called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. Never heard about the movie, but yeah.
Wait a minute. No, I can't go there. I'm gonna go.
You're kicking me out.
Well, there wasn't too many guys in the video. I feel like so it wasn't too hard to like follow.
Yeah, that's true. It's like a handful
for like a full length, like when we watched, like we talked about Welcome.
There was 7 people here, 8 people if you count the guest skater. That's not a lot of people to you.
I don't know.
So in my opinion, there was no one like if you really pay attention to when their name pops up and what they look like, there was nobody that like looked the same or something like that.
And I don't know. I mean, 8 people isn't too much to me, I guess. Sorry.
No. Oh, damn. He hit me with the bullshit. You know what? Fuck you, all right, Reef? I will not pretend like I'm sad.
I like that video. But what I'm really, really itching to talk about is disc.
No, we're not going to talk about disc yet. We can't skip.
All right, you know what? Fair enough. Save it for the.
Unless you want to. I mean, hey, I'm totally down.
Save it for the
end.
Nah, we'll keep Blake Norris for the ender. Go ahead, Grant. Start off.
Oh, for disc. All right. So Nike SB Australia, which number one, I go on Instagram today. I see that I'm hyped because Nike SB Australia is who did that medley video, which came out last year, and that video is so good. Everything about it, the skating, the songs, like that's a really well put together skate video to me. So I was already hyped. Go to watch it. It's like 5 minutes. Great video. The skating I love, and just it reminds me of medley. That it's just so many cool looking spots. And we talked about this last week. Like just seeing stuff outside of the U.S. can be refreshing. So seeing these Australian spots that look different, I thought was really cool. And I mean, the ender is just insane. Like I don't know how you could crook that. That is so nuts. Such a cool spot to skate. And I'm drawing a blank. Rowan Davis.
Yes.
He has footage, I think, in medley as well. But this is what really now
he made a name
I
for
know,
himself in this
I know
video.
how he skates. I know his name now. Like
it.
his footage was so good in this.
Mm-hmm.
He killed it. Lip slide on that handrail onto the curb was so sick. Backsmith big spin to end the line. Yeah, that dude really, really stood out to me, as well as the guy. I still haven't remembered his name, but the dude that did the crook, the ender, all of that dude's footage was good. It was Ben Lowry. He starts it off. Oh wait, I was gonna ask you guys about it, but I have to mention Noah Naif. That's on April. Definitely a standout in here. He skates down a set, and they put a metal grate towards the last few stairs. Nollie backside flip and nollie back heel into that were so gnarly, skating so fast.
Looks so sick.
Yeah, that dude. And I heard someone recently mention that he's only like 17 or something, and he skates with a lot of power and pop. So I'm hyped to see him. Yeah, he has really, really cool style. So I'm psyched to see what else that dude does.
Mm-hmm.
Cool to see more footage from him.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Rowan killed it. Absolutely. Davis made a name for himself today. I'm hyped on his. He has a nasty nollie heel flip that I asked Grant Furo too if he could be so gracious and bless not only me, but everyone else that follows the Skate Loop on Instagram, which you can no longer see the likes, but I'll still like it. And it's a bummer that Grant couldn't do he wouldn't do it. He just showed out the what was it? Back
today
people,
I posted
back people,
the
back
backsmith
big
big
spin,
spin.
backsmith big spin. Yeah.
Backsmith big spin. But his nollie heel's gonna get looped. You just gotta give me a few days. I'm not gonna clog the feed. I already made the.
He said a few days, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm not just gonna post his clips. There's other stuff that needs to be looped. The ender needs to be looped. That whoever did that front tail, I don't remember who it was, but that front tail over in the half
front
circle was
tail,
amazing.
yeah,
And he's
Yeah, it was
looped.
super sick.
Yeah. Right around the tree planter or whatever you
On
call
the
that. Around some dirt, whatever the fuck it is. But it looked like a horseshoe the way I rode that front tail.
Yeah, horseshoe. I like horseshoe.
Yeah, horseshoe. Yeah. You look like a horseshoe. All right, next up we got Mr. And Grant's like, what the fuck?
You don't want Reef to talk about this incredible video?
Oh, my bad. Reef.
No, it's all good.
Reef, yeah, go ahead and, yeah.
You guys, I feel like you guys covered pretty much most of my stuff. I had,
but I'm sure
we
we
didn't
didn't
really talk
get
about
one. There must be one.
Sam Sutton. I think that's how you say his last name. He just did a front lip. I mean, he was skating fast. I like skaters that skate fast.
Rail, right?
Yeah, did you see how it like bent?
Yeah, like little kinks in it almost.
But like when he landed, it bent down. It tripped me out. I was like, whoa. But that was sick. And then more Rowan, he did a backside 50-50. Like he throws down like he's going somewhere like fast, somewhere crazy, and he does a back 50 up a hubba to wall ride. Yeah. Super sick. I don't know. I really like that kind of stuff. It's something different. Really cool.
I like you point out that lip slide. I like a long lip slide on rails looks so sick. That one was really cool, and it just long lip slides on a rail makes me think of Carlos Ribeiro's ender and Primitive Never. That's super long front lip. It's so tight. It's just cool to watch the way people hold on to a lip side like that.
I totally remember that front lip. That was a good one too.
So good.
Thanks,
What's up,
Reef.
Drew?
That was tight. No, I like the stuff. Reef, actually, let me ask you a question. Who has some of the fastest skating that you really pleases your
GT.
eyeballs?
GT.
Jamie
He's my
Thomas?
favorite. No, Grant Taylor. What
Oh,
the heck?
Let me
Come
know
on
when
now.
you've seen the name Jamie with the G.
Yeah.
Let me know when you find that.
I said that on
He's
purpose.
best.
I said that on
Best.
purpose. I knew Grant was gonna answer with a dick tone. Fuck you, bro. I know how to spell you, dick sucking bitch. I know the difference between a G and a J.
Oh. He said, GT, you're like Jamie Thomas.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna be all dick about it. Anyways, fucking spelling bee champion 2019. Hey, Reef, let me ask you about someone that skates just as fast. I just want to get your opinion, if not faster. Leo Romero.
Oh yeah, he's good.
And that's a good fast skater for you.
Yeah, Stay Gold. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember? He does I think he does nose grind, front
Mhm.
feeble, front Smith on that gap the
Jerry Sue
gap the rail.
Jerry Sue rail.
Mhm.
Oh my God, he was just going ham on that thing skating. You have to go fast on that
You
rail.
have to.
Yeah, Gappy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, Leo's awesome.
Dude, to me, when I think fast skaters, I think Buznitz and
Oh yeah,
Westgate. Westgate skates so fast.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what's gnarly about Westgate is, I mean, a lot of people do this, but I could just picture it with him. Like, he does some gnarly line at, like, a house spot in SF that's going downhill or something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets the flat ground trick in the middle of the street just going so fast. Like, just a risky tray flip or something. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Cool, man. All right. Well, we can go ahead and put the cherry on top for the best thing that happened in skateboarding this week. Without a doubt, my man Norris.
wow, you're psyched. That's tight.
This was a good part.
You killed it.
Man. Very hyped on this part. I actually watched it this morning and I was like, oh, it had me chilled up a little bit. Blake Norris, Wicked Child part. I don't know why they call it Wicked Child because he's finding a lady with a garden hose. I don't know if that's what they called it. But
That's what I was thinking.
to talk about the patience of this man going back over and over. He's wearing different clothes. She's wearing different dresses. And she's got different hoses. She probably re-upped on hoses and shit.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, poor lady. It was kind of funny to see when he turned off the water. She was like, I didn't see that coming, but she was so fucked up in the head. She was like, what do I do? I don't know how to move on with the rest of my morning. Anywho, I'd say I don't want to hype it up too much because although I do enjoy the skateboarding and the song choice, I'd say the things that probably resonate most with people, if I can only speak for myself, is the first trick. And probably the last two tricks, I'd say, is the ones that are very eye-openers. Not saying the rest isn't filler, ladies and gentlemen. Don't misspeak me. I'm just saying that you're going to feel a certain way after you see a big spin tail grab.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I guess Brandon
Definitely.
Reynolds told me he skates with him, or he skated with him.
Oh, sick.
And I guess he's pretty fucked for his big spins, as he should be, because he wasn't just hucking it downstairs the whole time. Anywho, that's everything I got to say about. Oh, by the way, I feel like, hey, am I the only one? Did it look like he was changing his style as the part was going? Kind of looked like he was kind of punk rock, and then with the zip up. I don't know if that's I don't know what type of jacket that is. It just looked like he was punker, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna be fresh today. And he's going back to punker, but he still had those. Forgot about the pants thing. Anyways, let me ask you something. So, do you think he changed his style, yes or no? Or did it look like it was the same guy?
No, he looked the same to me.
Okay, agree with the same? What do you think?
A little bit. I can see that. Yeah, a little bit. Because
Right.
I did see the earrings and stuff, and then
Yeah, I do remember noticing that on the B-roll, though. That's
Yeah.
true.
All right, cool.
But-
Thanks, guys. All right, I got a better question. This is probably the biggest question anyone can think about today, and that is, Grant, do you cuff up your dickies?
I'm not sure I
Oh
understand.
shit! Shut up, bitch! Shut up.
Theory.
Yeah.
Once, but my pants are real long, so when I cuff them up once, but you can't like see my socks.
All right, so how do you do that? Do you just flap it up, or do you iron it? Do you sew it? Do you put
I
glue?
just fold it up. Like, I mean, at least the way Dickies are, probably most pants, like when you cuff it up once, it's just like, I don't know, you just fold it up and it sits there. It doesn't move.
Oh.
Like, let me. What I'm saying is, if you cuff jeans will like.
They'll fold back down.
Like they don't, like you have to keep fixing or something. But that doesn't really happen with just like the normal work pants. So I don't know why.
Just happened to be seeing at the LV park, people were cuffing it up, and I was like, shit, Blake Norris? Oh, Blake Norris, my man Blake Norris. Grand Piero? No, Blake Norris. I just saw him everywhere today at the LV park, just in different faces, different skin tones too. Kind of odd, but yeah. I needed that settled. By the way, I got a hole in my sock.
It's no good. That's not comfortable when you're skating with that.
Yeah, I'm bummed out by it. Yeah,
Reef?
Did you guys
Blake
watch
Norris?
Blake Norris? You down, Reef?
Oh, I mean, yeah, the big spin tail grab. Holy crap! Have you guys ever been to that? Have you guys? Grant, you visited SF. Drew,
I've been to SF. Haven't been to that spot.
I've been to SF and I went to that spot. It's pretty small actually.
Yeah, Drew is definitely speaking the truth.
Definitely, I sessioned it a few times.
When we usually go
hey,
there,
the lady was there
it's
for the
usually chained
too.
up.
She fucking.
I've never been hosed out at that spot, but it's definitely been chained up, and so.
You've been there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We try. I mean, that spot is. It's. I don't know. It's been around for a while.
What is that called? Was that a donut shop?
No, I think it's like. If I can remember, like a bank or something.
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
Shut up, Grant. Shut up. I get to.
But.
Just sign off.
All I'm saying is, where have you seen a lady get dressed like that walk out of a donut shop?
She owns the place. She owns the joint, bro.
But the water was
it's like a vegan donut shop, like a real expensive one.
They sell vegan donuts.
I couldn't believe the water though. I mean, she was really trying to like ruin his day, and that just. Mm-hmm. But hey, I guess it's whatever she wants to do. But yeah, like you said, Drew, he has patience, and guess what? He got one of the. I feel like one of the sickest tricks down that thing. So. Kudos to him. Kudos to.
Definitely, brother. I couldn't agree more with you. Yeah.
I thought that trick was actually cool because, like, that trick I think if I hear the name of that trick, I'd be like, I don't know how it's gonna look. But that dude did it really cool. I thought.
Yeah.
I can see how you feel that way.
It just sounds kind of like corny. Like, I mean, like pop shove tail grab. Please don't do that. But this dude tail grab.
What about this trick? Pop shove tail grab, and then when you catch it, or when you have it in tail grab, you throw another shove.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. All right.
Yeah, that sounds even worse.
I'm gonna do that.
That sounds worse when you do it like that. You might as well just grab it and shoot yourself in the dick. Grant, what do you think? Grant, what do you think of pop shove tail grab to 50-50?
No, of course not. What do you mean? Why would that be?
On a hubba.
Not even pop shove 56.
On a hubba.
Pop shove from 50 still.
Go back. What'd you say?
Pop shove from 50 is already not that cool to me.
Wow.
I'm not saying. I'm like, why?
Who does that? Up. Yo, Grant, hey, Reef, you hear this stupid shit he says? Pop shove.
Who 50s? Are you watching that does pop shove from 50s? I don't even think. Who?
Corey Duffel.
Okay, I'll have to check one out. Maybe
you
there's
will fucking have to get educated. That's right.
That doesn't sound that tight to me. Pop shove back 50 like KB, amazing. Impossible 56.
That one's
Jamie
down
down Clipper, Jamie Thomas. You know your boy GT. You can sick Impossible 50 Clipper. No, the pop shove from 50 sounds so random. Like I don't know.
Nah, dude, that one's.
I'm not. Yeah.
That one's buck.
Yeah.
Duffel, bro.
Oh, but I have to add in there boardside frontside flip on that Keysar rail. Second to last trick was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
And
I'd like to point out.
He pass on the tail tap. I mean the nose touch. I mean toe touch. Jesus. Nose touch.
Yeah, I mean it was a little, but it was mellow. I don't know. I backed it.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew, you mentioned he starts it off with the jumping down the set, the big spin tail grab, whatever. But It was definitely a lot more than just a jumper. Pretty well rounded, like a lot of different cool. It's just cool skating. I enjoyed it. I hadn't even heard of his name before, so it was a pleasant surprise when Drew sent me that link. I was like, all right, I should check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And he definitely
No, I appreciate you guys watching it and making it, getting educated, on Pop Shut 50s or whatever. Grant, let me ask you something real quick. Did you notice that when he does the big spin tail grab, that it was zoomed in just on his board, didn't barely showed the stir set. Didn't even show how many stirs it was.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
The real zoom. It's filmed like the way it's similar style to like Strobeck films. I don't know. It's okay. I don't like. There's certain spots. I don't want to change the whole spot that we're talking about here, but it made me think this. In Blessed, the Supreme video, one of the a trick. I think it's towards the beginning of Tyshawn's part. He switch flips into a fountain. And it goes by really quick. It's filmed long lens, kind of like above him.
Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
Then I randomly watching a Quarter Snacks re-edit of this Jordan Trahan footage. Jordan Trahan kickflips it, and it's filmed fisheye, and it looks like the gnarliest kickflip ever, and Tyshawn switch flipped it. And seeing that, it just made me wish, like, dude, I'm not one to hate on Strobeck's filming and the way, I think that dude does a really cool job at putting videos together. His style for sure. Recognizable for sure.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. But seeing that, I was like, dude, I wish there was like another angle Tyshawn switch flip, because if I never saw Jordan Trahan's kickflip, I wouldn't even probably remember that switch flip clip that much. It went by real quick. It was filmed just above him, long lens, whatever.
Those are my favorite angles, actually.
I mean, I think they look cool, but sometimes there's other angles that'll show the spot better.
Let me ask you something, though, because you said something interesting, like shows the spot better. I understand that if it's like, if you need to add some context to the spot, like, okay, he ollied over the gap, but there was also a rail he had to ollie over to get to, like, he also ollied over a rail, not just the gap. I understand that. If it's just a standard, it's a rail, it's a stair set, not too much else to do, I think that's appropriate.
Okay. Yeah, I see. But for me, I don't. For the example I'm mentioning, the Tyshawn thing, he had to switch flip over. Like there was something he had to pop over that was tall into the fountain. So to me, that was why that above angle did it.
You think the angle didn't do it justice?
Yeah, I it's not that I don't think it looked cool, but I don't think it did it justice because the fisheye angle of the regular stance kickflip, I was tripping how popped it looked. And I was like, dude, that means Tyshawn's switch flip is like the gnarliest switch flip. But to go back to this Blake Norris, the big spin tail grab thing, it was pretty much looks like a average. Not that it wasn't big, it was big, but just like there was nothing he had to pop over. There's no rail or something he was going over. It was just a set of stairs. So it being zoomed in like that doesn't bother me. I could tell it's a pretty big set, and there was nothing that he had to pop over. So I'm down with it to be filmed like that. Personally.
You guys smell that? It smells like the Grand's.
I think I know where this is going.
It smells like the Grand's Graham.
Yes, I had just mentioned his name. He does it again. The trash can man, Tyshawn Jones. You like that, Drew? Trash can man? You love the word trash. Dude. I don't know if anyone else can do these tricks over trash cans on flat ground the way he can. I'm looking at my phone right now because I just want to remember everything he does. Backside flip, trash can standing up. The craziest one to me in this, the half cap flip. Like, that's such a fun trick. Half cap flips feel so cool when you do a good half cap flip. But anyone that's tried half cap flip over something knows that that's a pretty nuts trick to do over something. To pop it so early, the way you're flicking it, like you pretty much flick it straight down towards what you're going over. So pop early, you have to pop it, flick it so good. He did literally perfect half cap flip over a trash can standing up. I don't know. Tyshawn is, I think he's cool because he really has his own style, his own skateboarding, and yeah, you don't really see anybody else doing that stuff. So I was tripping on that. And congrats on the shoe, Tyshawn. That's so tight that he has a shoe and that he's, I don't know, it's just one of those dudes that to me it's cool to see him succeed and like get a shoe and just have so much good stuff going for him. Because he definitely seems to put a lot into skateboarding, which is cool.
Sounds like he's doing a lot and a lot of things right. That sounds like another episode for Reef Willer, Grant Fierro. I am Andres Ariano. We'll catch you guys next week. Later, skaters.
Peace.
Peace.